We're back, Timmy.
Hey, we're back. Are you recording?
The champ? Yeah, I'm recording
No,
this.
I just threw a chip in.
Why would you do that? I told you to stop eating this shit. The champ is in the building.
A champ?
I've got my belt. Ugh. I'm comfy. Welcome to 2020. I don't know why this won't sit. It's a very heavy belt. That's probably part of the issue. Good 25 pounds.
Wait, why are we sitting on the same couch?
We just are.
I know, but when we do it us, it's like...
Oh, should I change the camera? I should change the camera. Just talk to me.
Oh, we gotta look at each other. What if we both let's just both look forward and look at the wall or the camera as if we're in the news.
Okay, we've done that before.
Isn't it like, have you ever thought about you look at ESPN or any show really?
Yeah.
When they're sitting at a table, they look at each other, but then they don't. Then they're looking at the camera, but they're still talking to each other. How weird was that?
They do. And then they'll go like that, and then when they got a point, they'll go to the camera, and they'll see the little red dot that says camera 1.
And they're still talking to the people to the left and right.
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
Yeah, it's got to be kind of weird to
Well, it's
adjust.
all just fake and not that cool. That's why I don't like a lot of that stuff.
But let's do that now.
But no, we're not. We're talking to each other, but we just have to turn a little bit. I wonder how professional it is to change the camera angle mid show starts.
I know.
It's big time.
And if you're just listening, go to YouTube and watch this. This is incredible.
Incredible stuff. I wonder if it's just pointing down on our legs now. I don't know.
Damn it. Because I literally just noticed right now I have 2 different socks on. Oh my God. Which I do often on purpose, but today is definitely not on purpose.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Let's talk. Well, you are what teenage girls.
I'm a fire sign, bro.
You're a fire sign. Yeah. We learned that. This is our second podcast, although this will be the first podcast released of the new year. 2020. It's January 10th right now. How was your 2019? So I talked a little bit about what are we gonna do on the first podcast back? We haven't been on in a month. What do you want to do? Do you want to do like a recap of last year? I look forward to this year.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just explaining kind of what we talked about.
Oh,
what do you think? So 2019.
My mic is fucked, right?
It's not the mic. Adjust the thing. Don't break it.
Because if I turn it like this, then it's all loose as fuck.
Well, something in there is not. You got to twist. Not necessarily that. Maybe it's the other thing. Can you make it work for another 15 minutes?
Yes.
There's one thing I have. Obviously the champ. Everyone sees me with my belt. I was everybody. The millions of people watching. I was the 2019 December Our City Coffee champ. Was that cheering or that was just...
That was a sigh.
Deep breath.
Because that was an asterisk sigh is what it was.
Well, it's not an asterisk sigh.
Side.
Shouldn't be a side or sigh. Mm. So we started November. We talked, hey, let's do a contest where we challenge each other, who can sell more individual coffees or bags of coffee. And here's a code for you, a code for me. We'll talk about it on social, make it a fun piece to use for social media to talk and engage, and also make it a little competitive and fun because we like doing that shit. Mm-hmm. And then we got 4 gigs in a week, and we said fuck it.
Yeah, pretty much. And I started late too. I think it was December 6th or 7th. I was like, all right, I gave him the head start. I'm gonna start now, and then I closed 4 deals within 5 days after that or something, and then it was all right, we focus on these deals. Yeah.
Other stuff.
Yeah.
So we didn't do shit with it really. We did
we did sell some stuff. Individually,
we did. But I wanted to make it a weekly content piece and us going back and forth.
Yeah.
And I did this and you did this and you sold to this hospital and I got into this restaurant but we just didn't do it.
Yeah, we need to pick a month within the first quarter and do it. And actually stick to the documenting and that thing.
We will do that. Maybe a March-ish, April-ish. Give us some time to get us off and running with some other projects.
Maybe February.
February?
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see.
It's not going to happen in February.
Okay. Maybe March, April.
Yeah. We'll see. That.
Whatever you want, asterisk.
So I liked the idea of that. What do you think if you look back at 2019? So we essentially launched Our City Coffee. I know we did kind of in 2018, but really last year.
Yep.
Launched our own coffee company. We worked with a decent amount of brands, probably less than the year before, as we launch our own type thing and do our own thing. Mm-hmm. What would you say were some high points, some low points in 2019?
I would say, well, I think two things that stand out to me as like, I wouldn't say favorite, but like top up there.
Okay.
Was the project we did with AirAsia and Manny Pacquiao.
That was cool.
That was super cool. Just following Manny Pacquiao the day of his, I guess a couple days before his fight in Las Vegas, and being basically behind the scenes of his team was really cool to see.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he's got a big ass team too.
It's fucking huge.
So we've worked with AirAsia in the past, and this was the second project we've done with them. For this one, they flew out somebody to meet Manny Pacquiao. He was like, Manny Pacquiao was his hero. Yeah. So AirAsia, what's their motto? Something
Dare to Dream.
Dare to Dream. Jeez. Dare to Dream. So that was like his dream to meet Manny Pacquiao. So he did it. We documented the behind the scenes of that, essentially.
Yeah.
Which was cool. It was a big fight. And had you never been to a boxing match either, right?
No.
So we finished. Yeah, it was really cool.
That was really cool.
Yeah. And we were able to go to the fight, and the end of the video was this guy reacting to like this crazy first round of Manny Pacquiao.
Yeah, that was super cool. And I think as far as our city coffee goes, one of the top things was I think our first experience that we did with Ben Askren. So it was because one, like, we had never worked with a professional athlete in that capacity before. It was our brand. It was our promotion. We were doing everything. And it was our first one. And then like within like the first few seconds, we saw that it was working. And like I thought that was really cool just to see that. And then the full entire experience going there, meeting him, that I think that was I wouldn't say a highlight, but that was like a really, really cool.
That was a cool
moment. I guess.
Yeah. I'm looking through all of our stuff that we've done. Remember being up in an airplane?
Yep.
That's airplane. I meant helicopter.
It's a helicopter, right? And that was for Coachella. And I remember that because I was already talking to that brand yesterday.
Yeah. Can I post that video and tag them or no?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. It was Blade was the name of the company.
Yep.
At Flyblade, and we were up in a helicopter documenting, was it 4 different people? 4 people went from LA, from downtown LA to Coachella, which is a couple hundred miles.
I don't remember the exact, I think because like the traffic, I think it had taken some people like 10 hours to get there.
Well, somebody said the day before 6 hours, but it's like it was 50 minutes for us in the flight, but that's what we wanted to show is the brand. Like you can get a seat on there, get to Coachella fast.
Yeah.
And then obviously they do a bunch of other
places. And you said 4 people. This is Ashley Green. This is like A-list celebrity Ashley Green.
I didn't even know who she was.
I know, but
I don't like the A, B list, C list, D list.
I know, but I
don't like when
level.
people do. Okay.
Well,
okay.
It's like athletes.
Well,
there's top athletes. And there's not top athletes.
I just feel like people will be like B list celebrity.
Blah, blah, blah. It is a negative term.
Yeah, like what do you mean?
I just mean she's a top level actress.
I know what you're saying with that. I don't mind A list. Yeah. I just don't like the other.
The other ones are just a list, and then there's no list.
They're just known. They're known in whatever capacity they're known. But that
by the way, speaking of this list, I called High because she was in that movie. Remember with Kyler a couple years ago, the TV movie?
Yeah.
I called her a D-list celebrity the other day.
That's not bad. Yeah.
All right, go ahead. Continue.
Yeah. No.
So Flyblade.
So that was really cool. I remember. So this is so funny. So Liv was at the time. I want to say. Oh no, I know. Oh, there's that sound.
Yeah.
So this is funny. So Liv was 4 months pregnant, super hormonal. She's up, she's down, and we get this gig like 2 days before. They're like, "Hey, let's do it. Want to have you guys do it?" And she's like, she had just read an article about somebody in a helicopter going down, and she's like, "I don't know what I'm gonna do if something happens to you," and blah blah blah. And I was like, "Liv, we're gonna be fine. Like they do this. This is their business, going on a helicopter." So obviously we do it. She's all worried. I'm like texting her from on the helicopter at one point. And she was fine. Obviously, it turned out great. And it was one of the coolest things we've ever done because I'd never done that. I used to be afraid of heights. But for me to go up there and do it and chill, and we're like sipping tequila at the
on the airport, and then in the airplane helicopter.
They have like a lounge at the airport at the one. It's not in Coachella, but it's like right by there. It's like a 10-minute drive.
It's like Riverwood or something like that. It's called.
I don't remember. But so they have like a cool lounge, and they've got tequila and cannabis and food and snacks, and it's really cool.
And you see like all the private jets landing, and all the people getting off that for Coachella, and they're all amped. Yeah, it was super cool. And then flying back on, even just being on. I'd never been on a helicopter. Yeah, like that was really cool. So that was a fun one. What else? I mean, obviously we worked with a bunch of different people. The Ben Askren one was definitely cool.
The baby was obviously the best thing for me last year, but that doesn't count. We're talking business. There's us at Pacquiao Thurman. That was definitely cool. Cowboy Cerrone's BMF Ranch was really cool.
So cool.
I had fun doing the project with Pacific Park. Where I made the video.
Yeah, that definitely made the list too.
Yeah.
Pacific Park is on Santa Monica Pier for the people who don't know what that is.
Yeah. And I think I love working with Tony, those guys. I love doing the podcast too. I think last year we did, so I don't know what episode this is, like 52 or something, 53, something like that. Yeah, big time stuff. But so last year I'd say maybe 40 of those were last year. We started a little bit in 2018.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
but
yeah.
like and we're not getting millions of listens and views and all that stuff, but we're really starting to like meet some cool people and make some waves, and we're starting to get people that are reaching out to us who we don't know, have no relationship with at all, and they're like, hey, we want our client to come on the podcast, or we're working with so and so and they'd love to come on and talk. And remember we had the guy who directed the 30 for 30 probably 10 podcasts ago, and I remember seeing the ad for the 30 for 30 doc that was coming up on Chuck and Tito, and within 2 days, she had one of the PR people that he works with, who we talked to on here as well. She was like, "Hey, would you guys be interested in chatting with him?" We're like, "Yes, cool." Like I never a 30 for 30 was something obviously we actually talked to ESPN about doing, but that would be a really really cool thing to be able to do. So yeah, podcast and that stuff. But I think an overall solid 2019. I think it could have been better. I think there's some things we could have done better coffee wise. We probably need to figure out a better way to time manage stuff for other people, stuff for us. Would you agree with that? What else? Anything else? Radio silence.
Yeah.
I think that we should do more fun and silly shit. I think we didn't do enough of that last year.
Yeah, I agree.
That's more my vibe and shit I dig. So I think we will do some more of that because we just do what we want to do. Just need to make it less of like a bigger deal to go do something and just go do it. Feel me?
Yeah, I'm on board.
So that'll happen. I was listening to a show, Ariel Helwani's MMA show.
The Nose Award Show?
The Nose Award Show. No, not that one actually.
Not the Nose Awards?
And they were doing bold.
It's funny as fuck that he calls it the Nose Awards. Funny.
But bold predictions. I also heard that on another radio show I listened to. They do bold predictions. It's not some like crazy cool idea.
For like this upcoming year?
Well, yeah, that Ariel's was. The other one was for like
who's gonna win?
Weekly stuff.
Okay.
Weekly stuff.
Yeah.
What bold predictions do you have in 2020? Do you have any? I'm just throwing this on you right now.
You fucking kidding me with that?
It's 118. You've got till 119 to answer.
Fuck, you go.
Oh, I got some bold predictions.
Hugo.
I think by the end of the year we'll be doing more our stuff.
What does that mean?
Doesn't necessarily mean shit, but I mean like stuff.
That is bold as fuck.
Yeah. But
what do you mean our stuff?
Well, let me finish, you fuck.
Yeah, go.
So more like podcast will be bigger. Our City Coffee will be bigger. So we'll be leaning less on other people and only more like collab type stuff. I think by the end of this year, and less of relying on other people. So like, I guess more, what I'm saying is like more like flexibility to do what we want when we want. Whereas like sometimes
less working on other people's branding.
Yes.
And more on ours. Yes.
There's one.
Yeah.
2, this isn't that bold, but I think we'll have Our City Coffee in stores.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I like that one.
That's an easy one.
Yeah, that's an easy one. That's not that bold, though. You're right.
I said it wasn't that bold.
Yeah, I think that's accurate. If I had to say something as far as Our City, I definitely think you're right in the bold prediction. We would be shifting more, not out of other people's brands, less focus on that, more on us. I would definitely think that.
Okay, so you just agreed with me.
So,
and not that I don't like doing that stuff, but some of the stuff isn't great. But I just feel like there's more we can do.
100%. And I think last year was there's a lot of dipping the toes and feeling out process, and I think we can push a little bit harder in Our City and our brand.
My belt. Sorry, let me put it on the other strap while you
asterisk champ.
I was the champ. There's no asterisk. Clear cut champ.
Other bold prediction.
There was more people. Hold on, no. There was more people that used
asterisk champ.
There was more people that used my code than your code. That's a fact. Is that not a fact?
It actually We'll talk about this offline.
It was a fact. What do you mean it wasn't a fact?
Well, technically your code wasn't used.
They didn't use the code. Whatever.
Here's a bold prediction. We will have a project outside of the country that we have to travel to this year. And not Canada or Mexico.
What is that? What are you talking about? Where do you think we're going to go? Australia?
I'm just saying. That's a bold prediction. I don't have to have like
but there's no
precise.
I'm trying to think if there's a lead that would make sense to that.
I don't know.
I can't think of anything.
Okay.
Well, we'll see. We'll see what these look like in December of 2020. What else? Any other bold predictions, thoughts?
Not a prediction. I think not necessarily a goal. I haven't really got after those yet.
Yeah,
but
it's already January 9th,
whatever date is. I think we should have 52 podcasts this year.
That's easy.
Yeah.
We should.
That's what I'm saying. We didn't last year. We had roughly 40, but I think 52, average about one a week.
I think we should do more, so we should double that.
That's aggressive.
It's not though, because think about this. So we did the one with Lee before us, and we do this one. So like one with a guest, one with us, one with a guest, one with us.
Yeah, that sounds all great, but it just depends on. Okay, we got 30 videos to cut up by next week. Okay, let's delay that for 2 weeks, and
but then we do.
That's all.
Like what we did before, we were starting to do 1, then 3, then 1, then 0.
All right.
Then 2.
Well, sorry. So my goal would be 52. You are 104.
100 podcasts. Yeah. 100 podcasts in 2020.
All right.
I'm usually the one pushing for the podcast, and let's do a podcast. And
well, clearly you're pushing hard.
Well, I know, but I've always been the one.
Podcast sleepovers.
What does that even mean?
There's a lot of them.
Doesn't mean fucking sense. Doesn't make shit. It doesn't make sense.
Podcast sleepovers would be cool though.
Well, we're gonna.
I bet if podcasts were like a thing back in the day, just have an all-nighter podcast.
At 17, or 15, whenever we
did something, just fucking running wild.
Could you think of a dumber thing than
all-nighter
us talking at 17? Like, dude, just took a shot.
Probably be a lot of noises. Less
be
talking.
Really stupid. Yeah. All right, Timmy.
Okay, man.
Let's get
bold
to
predictions.
A great 2020. I was gonna say something about what we're doing right now, but I'm not gonna say that.
Okay. Don't say it then.
All right. We thank you for welcome to 2020. We hope you're having a great start of the year. Oh, one other thing I want to do is make another push for the Biz Launch Academy.
Yeah, that, and I think the expansion on that.
Yeah, and that's more like us and what we do, and helping other people on a scalable platform, like individuals.
Yep, I agree with that.
Because I think I know there's a lot of shitty academies and shitty courses and shitty stuff for people who've never actually done any of the stuff they're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we have the ability to do that and help people. So we will do more.
I'm in.
Timmy, let's go have some lunch.
Okay.
Thank you for listening. Goodbye. Thank you for listening. We appreciate it. Again, use our code BS at ourcitycoffee.com. You'll get 15% off in all coffee orders. You don't have to go to the store. You don't have to drink all that sugar shit at that corner coffee shop. Get some real good quality coffee. You're an adult. Step your game up. Again, thank you for listening. We'll see you next time. Goodbye.